Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I'm your teacher, Mr. Stanley Ombogo. So in the previous video, dear students, we started by looking at some of the language and style that Paul B. Vita has used in Fathers of Nations, which I'll keep on saying over and over again, is a wonderful literary piece. So on to the next styles. So before we look at the next styles that we have, uh, in the previous video we looked at we identified a number of styles. I'm not sure how many, but maybe I can mention a few. We talked about dialogue. There was a vivid description. Uh, there was rhetorical questions. We had story within a story, and we also had flashback. So those are some of the styles that we were able to discuss in the previous video, whereby we said that dialogue is the most dominant style. Dialogue is the most dominant style in this novel because there are conversations everywhere. Remember, we say that dialogue is a conversation between person A and person B, or maybe person A and a group of people. This group with this other group, etc. So in simple terms, it is just a conversation between two people or two groups of people. So we have got conversations everywhere. That is why it is said to be the most dominant style. So we have another style here, dear students, that is irony. So irony is the state of irony is the state of affairs that happens that appears decidedly contrary to what one expects. So remember, in literature, we have got a number of irony, but there are, I think, the first three that are commonly used in literature is dramatic irony, situational irony, and which other irony? We have tragic irony, and many others. So uh, we have got various types of irony. Uh, there are also those that we have apart from those that I have mentioned. So it is used by the author to cause a character to act out of ignorance of some truth which the author is aware of. So a number of examples have been given. So number one, it is ironic. It is ironic for a seer to compare a husband who has worked hard all his life to people like Newborn, who we are told only amasses wealth, or you know, uh, let me use the word steals public funds, because that is what is common with most of the lawmakers, as they even stage a coup to increase their own salary. So it is ironic for Asia to compare her husband Kimani with such a loser, Newborn Walomu. So it is also ironic for MPs like Newborn who have a little education to earn better salaries compared to professors like Kimani, who have even studied abroad in order to have a better life. Then it is also ironic for Newborn to propose marriage to Asia while she is still married to Professor Kimani, and he already has 3 wives. Asia is way older than him, to add. So there's also irony in the fact that Professor Kimani is handed a 6 month jail term, yet is the one who has lost everything. So number one, he has lost the child. His daughter. He has lost his wife Asia. So the next thing is demoted and finally losing his job. So, and still being jailed. So you can see about that. So it is also ironic for the presidents to tell the police not to take bribes, yet themselves they even take bigger amounts. So irony, we also still we still have got very many examples of irony or instances of irony. So irony plays out in the fact that Dr. Afolabi thinks it is safer to communicate through the phones he has given the four strangers at the Seamount Hotel than to use the hotel phone. Yet the silent listener is able to hack their conversations. So remember, the, um, the phones that the Path Alpha advocates were using were encrypted. So Dr. Abiola Folabi believed that there was some, some secrecy, like the conversation was only between them, that is him and what, and the four path alpha advocates. But we have got now the silent listener, that is able to hack all the conversations. So it is also ironic for the pastor to read political documents from the pulpit to his congregation. It is ironic to, so in the previous let me comment, maybe in the previous statement that I've just talked about, that is, it is ironic for the pastor to read political documents from the pulpit to his congregation. Remember, preaching has something to preaching is all about religion. It is all about you know God and being saved and everything. But now when you introduce matters politics on the pulpit to your congregation, so that is that now becomes very ironical. So it is also ironic for Tai to take Rama to court for losing his eye, yet he's the one who started the fight that cost him his left eye. It is also ironic for Minister Zinto to thank their excellencies for being attentive, yet we know they were not. Remember, most of them were yawning and were not paying attention to the discussion or the debate. So the president condemned troublemakers, but some are themselves troublemakers by being unruly. And it is also ironic for President Bangura to be chosen to lead in the decision making about Tui Omega or Path Alpha. Yet he has not read either of the documents and has sworn not to read them. So you are choosing a head of a committee. You are choosing somebody who confesses, sorry, that they have not gone through the documents to lead you. Very, very, very crazy indeed. So, dear students, the next style that we have is use of borrowed language. Use of borrowed language. So, this is a technique used to maintain the authenticity of the words or phrases that might lose meaning if translated. Remember, uh, even in oral narratives, there are words or there are genres that can easily lose their meaning when translated to other languages. So sometimes, in order to maintain the authenticity of these words, we just have to use them based on that is, we just have to use them that is from where they are picked. So the first instance here is the use of Swahili phrase. So we have got the use of Swahili phrase, dear students. Msitu mpya nyani wale wale. So this was used to it was used to refer to that is same things, different leaders, or I can say maybe let me relate it to same problems a different day. Yeah, I think that is better. Same problems a different day. So we all wake up to same problems. The only difference is that the days are what makes the whole lot of difference, but same problems. So again, Swahili phrase kazi kubwa, pesa ndogo. Na hivyo ndivyo ilivyo. So again, Comrade Melusi uses the Shona language example, Simudzai Murezwa we Zimbabwe. On page 87, then we also have the word Murambatsviva, Murambatsvina. I think I got it right. So we also have use of Ndebele, that is Kalibusiwe Izwe le Zimbabwe. We have use of Arabic language, that is use of Arabic language, that is Sabahel Then the use of French by President Banguria. I don't know whether I'm going to succeed, but let me see. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Yes, yes, yes. Merci, Monsieur le Président. I'm not a French speaker, so I'm just giving a try. If maybe I've messed up somewhere, don't mind. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if I'm going to make the second. Let me just also try. So we have queste. So, dear students, you can try. You can practice how fluent you are when it comes to speaking French. Uh, I'm doing my own practice. Merci, Monsieur le Président. The second one. All right, that's just a by the way. So the next style that we have, dear students, is sarcasm. So what is sarcasm? So we are made to understand, dear students, that sarcasm is the use of irony uh, to mock or convey contempt. The use of irony to mock or to convey contempt. So sarcasm is, we can also say that it is, or it means the same thing as humor. Remember, humor is also so when we talk about sarcasm, we talk about using some words in a way to bring some sense of humor. So we have got a few examples where sarcasm is used in the book, in the novel. So the first one, yeah, do you know what I am going to do? I am going to ask the guards I bribed to arrest me on my way back. So this was when Mrs. Fiona Mackenzie was complaining as to why the taxi driver, that is the young graduate who is unemployed, gave the guards the bribe. So he told Fiona Mackenzie that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going back and I'm going to ask the guards a bribe to arrest me on my way back. Uh-huh. Then yes, that as rain comes, water washes off the spots of leopard. So this is Professor Kimani's conversation with his daughter Tuni. So we also have, I just told you why all is gold. Anyway, stealing is not that uncommon. You know, there is a lot of spouse thieves there, wouldn't you say? So this is again a conversation that is between Newborn Walomo and Professor Kimani. This is when Professor Kimani confronts him in his office. So there is some sense of humor or irony, some aspect of irony in that statement. Then we have, sorry, we also have Pastor Chiamaka that is saying, let me call the media. Pastor Chiamaka says sarcastically, page 142. Then it is also funny, or that is how President Maguria confesses to the other heads of states that I have a confession to make. I want to confess I haven't read the documents, and I also declare that I will never read them. And remember, he's the head of the what? Of the method committee. So it is, hey, not making sense. It is ironical, dear students. Then again, Mr. Chairman, the resolutions once adopted do not have to be adopted once again. Now, this was when this president, the first speaker, among the presidents who spoke, dear students, among the presidents who contributed in the summit, these were the words of the first speaker, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong. Then on to the next style, we have imagery. So dear students, remember that imagery, under imagery, we have similes, we have got metaphors, and which other one? Similes, metaphors, and personification. So imagery is simply a visual, the use of a visual descriptive language. So when we talk about a visual descriptive language, we are referring to a language that expresses ideas or describes situation. So an author uses imagery to help readers try visualize whatever is being described or talked about, or the ideas that are being expressed. So the first style under imagery is simile. So it's a direct comparison of two different things using the words like or as, both of which are used to describe something. So in the slide we have got on your screen, sorry, we have a number of instances when or where Paul Bivitt has used this style. So the authors used a lot of similes in the text, such as he had a bushy mustache. So dear student, the moment you see the words regal like a moth, white like a pair of moons, or something that goes as dash as uh, and so on. So we talk about what is called what? Sorry about the call. Sorry about the call. So the moment you see words like, or when as is used twice, then just know that there is what we call simile. So it is just comparing two different things using words like and as. So then in the on the what on the screen, I believe you're still able to see more and more examples of similes that are used in the text. There are very many. There are very many. So the next style, dear students, is metaphor. So metaphor also has something to do with comparison. So it is an indirect comparison of two things that is used to create a mental picture. So if I say so and so, or let me just use the examples that we have in the text to avoid confusion. So there are instances where this style has been employed by the author. That is the first one. Tuni's eyes have been compared to the wings of an imported butterfly. So we have again Tad's voice being compared to a lion's roar. That is the youth was a jargon spewing buffon. That is Nick Sentinel, if I'm not wrong. Then again, she had imagined it as an ugly monster on page 126. Then his voice was all syrupy and honey. So the Abiola's voice is being compared to what? To the taste of syrup and honey. Then a bird's sip and a lion's sip. So again, the sip that a bird can take and a lion can take are all compared using metaphor. So the next style under imagery, dear students, is personification. So this entails giving human abilities. It talks about giving human abilities to non-humans, or some people say that it is a way of giving inanimate things the qualities of animate things, non-living things qualities of human or human beings. That is, so examples include a dying Toyota. So a Toyota is a vehicle. So when we say a Toyota is dying, look at that what the ability that the vehicle has been given. We know that it is only humans who die. So again, you couldn't tell what happiness was if it fell on your lap and cried out its name. Remember, happiness cannot cry out, cannot cry in the first place, leave alone the name. So Miss Mackenzie, meet your office. So meeting your office as if office is also a living, I mean a human, as if they're supposed to engage in maybe one or two conversation. So again, this little fellow is used uh, by Comrade Melusi to refer to the needle when he is found with a needle in a cellophane pouch at the entrance during the summit. Sunrise threw the heavens wide open over Banjul. We all know the sun cannot do that. He consulted a wall clock as if he talked to a wall clock, and the wall clock told him 1:30. So that is also personification. Then meet the silent listener who sat quietly at the now, the silent listener, that is the gadget that Nick Sentinel was using, is also given qualities of human beings. Then another thing is Mother Africa. It's only a few minutes after sunset, but you are so dark already. So it's like you are addressing again nature, which is also non-living. So thank you for watching, dear students, and thank you for keeping it easy Limo throughout this journey. I look forward to having more and more sessions with you. Bye.